Hello, and thank you for your purchase. I'm going to show you a quick little tutorial on how I use PearDeck in my classroom, and then if you have any questions from there, feel free to email me, which I'll include on these Google Slides. So the first thing is I have PearDeck Power Up, which appears right here, and then that way, if I ever put a GIF or anything in there and I present from it, it shows, but it's not necessarily needed. So you're just going to make sure that you have the extension for PearDeck, which you just go to Google Extensions or PearDeck itself and find that there. And then you're just going to open up the PearDeck extension. Once you're there, you can see all the tools right here that you will use. I just create this in Google Slides like a normal presentation, and then I add in my interactive parts if I choose to do so that week. So for example, if I give a quiz or any kind of activity such as quizzes or Quizlet Live or Gimkit, I'll just put in website here, and you can put in any kind of website right there so that students don't have to actually leave the screen, and they're going to see this on the right-hand side of their PearDeck and can enter a join code there. Sometimes to get YouTube videos, you have to do a little extra with that, and that will go to embed. I can show you that real quick as well. So let's say I wanted to share this YouTube video. If I were to just type the link in and put it in there, it would not show up. So what I have to do is press share and then go to embed. And then you're only going to copy actually this one little part from the embed right here. And you would just copy and paste that into your PearDeck website. And then it'll show up right on the PearDeck so that students don't have to leave it. For this slide right here, I used the Draw tool, which is a premium version, but PearDeck gives free versions as well that you could try out. And for this, students would then be able to circle, they could highlight, they could actually type as well too on the slide directly, and you're able to see it from your teacher dashboard. So this is something I'm doing today, and here's my teacher dashboard that I'm able to see as students draw on their certain slide. And then just like any normal slideshow, if you have things such as a Google slide or Google Doc or anything, you can just link them right into the slide itself, and then students are able to interactively click on it. I also make sure to put timers so students are actively working during the time that we have. Now to start a lesson, there are two types of lessons. So you just go to Start Lesson. And then what I do with my live classes is I use instructor-paced activity, which is what you're going to see right now that I'm doing for my next class that starts in a few minutes. And I give students the link right in the Google Meet, or I just put in this join code and students just go to joinpd.com and type in that code. This allows me to control the pace of the activity, and then they can't skip ahead or anything, and then we just kind of work together like a normal class. If for students that don't show up to the Google Meet, what I do is on Google Classroom, I just post in their student-paced version of that same activity and change things as needed. I am hybrid at the moment. Well, I'm about to be hybrid. I'm fully remote right now, but will be hybrid. So there are certain students that don't show up to the Google Meet like they should. So for that, you would just do student-paced activity right here. And you can do this in both premium and free version. I'm pretty positive. And then once it loads, this is not what you're going to give your students. You're actually going to give your students the link right here that will then take them to what they see, which is going to be the actual version of it, and then they can go through the slides at their own pace. So if I were to go to, for example, here is an embedded site. So this is what quizzes would look like. They can also open it here to make the tab bigger. They never have to leave the actual PearDeck. And then as they would go through the slides, here is going to be what that drawing tool looks like. I put it here for just directions so they can try it out. And then on the next slide, they're going to know that if they need to write something, they can choose a text. They could highlight the words right here. And they're just circling the words that look different than what we've been learning. So hopefully they're going to identify the endings of the verbs, and then that's when we'll introduce the preterite tense and go through. So here they understand what was the main idea, what was going on, see if they have it. And if you have the premium version and you're doing this live, you can see on the teacher dashboard their responses and kind of go from there and even show some responses or work through it there. I hope this helps. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to my email, and I'd be happy to explain PearDeck or the slide activity in general or how I use it in my classroom. Once again, thanks for your purchase, and be sure to visit my website so that I can avoid having to purchase on TPT and purchase And so right on my website. Thank you.